Hey guys, so I am here doing a infrared sauna session, and I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the benefits of sauna therapy, why I do it, and things to look out for. So overall, most of us probably know about sauning, but don't really truly know all the benefits and the differences between different sauna systems. So in this episode, I really want to go over all of these different issues, starting with exactly why I do sauna, some of the research behind sauna therapy, exactly what it could be good for, some of the contraindications, as well as what type of sauna is actually best to utilize. So to start with, just using a sauna, I mean, we all know getting in a sauna, it's going to be hot. It's going to stimulate sweating, and this is primarily probably the biggest reason why sauna therapy is so beneficial. We really need to sweat on a daily basis because our bodies, they accumulate toxins in our environment, and this is one of the major ways that we're able to actually get rid of some of the toxins is through the sweat pathways. Our skin is very good at this and has the ability to get rid of sweat. If you go follow one of my friends, Dr. Joe, he often posts a picture of his body after he is sweating. You see a shirt just soaked in sweat, and instead of just tagging that he has sweat on there, he really likes to show you what's in there. I mean, you're gonna have mold in there, you're gonna have plastics, you're gonna have toxins, you're gonna have pharmaceuticals. I mean, just a whole host of these different toxic byproducts that are accumulating in our body, and they can be released through sweat. This is just one of the major benefits of using a sauna is the sweating benefit and the detoxification that's happening. However, research does show there are a ton of other benefits that are associated with sauna therapy as well. One of the first is for cardiovascular health. I mean, when we look at using a sauna on a daily basis, the risk of cardiovascular disease can actually decrease. This is due to the fact that it can stimulate the endothelial lining of the different blood vessels in our body and overall promote relaxation of these vessels. And this overall could actually decrease hypertension, which means it's going to bring down blood pressure. So people with high blood pressure, this could actually be a huge benefit. However, like anything, talk to your doctor, especially if you have any type of the risk that I'm going to be talking about, to make sure that sauna still is appropriate and safe for you before starting. Another benefit is it has a largely protective mechanism that could actually be stimulated by sauna therapy that actually will help regenerate your body. This is really done through two primary pathways, and that is with human growth hormone as well as another protein called BDNF, or brain-derived neurotrophic factor. If we look at the two, we'll start with human growth hormone. Human growth hormone is one of the major hormones that's stimulated by the pituitary gland that goes around and promotes regeneration and healing of our tissues. Primarily, this is stimulated and released at night when we get into our deep REM sleep to allow our bodies to recover. Sauna therapy has actually been shown to help increase the human growth hormone levels, and then secondarily, a byproduct that is given off by the liver in response to human growth hormone, IGF-1, or insulin-like growth factor 1, which also could stimulate repair in our body, especially of soft tissues like our ligaments, our tendons, our GI tract. I mean, there's just a whole host of regeneration that's going to be happening when we have HGH and IGF-1 stimulated. From here, the other protein that I was talking about, BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, this is really responsible for nerve regeneration. So this is going to have a benefit of overall just nerve regeneration in the peripheral in the body, as well as in the brain itself as well. Having an increase in this, obviously, you could see would be very beneficial, especially in patients with Alzheimer's, dementia. And they even do show in a lot of studies that utilizing sauna therapy could actually help increase the likelihood, or decrease the likelihood, as well as help with patients that have Alzheimer's, dementia, and also prevent these conditions from happening as well. So this is due through, yes, the BDNF, probably the detoxification, as well as another protein, as well as through another protein that is called heat shock protein. What heat shock protein is, it's a protein that actually helps correct misfolded proteins. So what does this mean? If we go back to our biochemistry or our biology, the way the central dogma works is our DNA expresses itself, and ultimately it helps create proteins. However, throughout life, through oxidative stress, through aging, through DNA mutations, we can actually start misfolding the proteins that we're creating, which means we're not making the right protein anymore. So when this happens, I mean, this could actually stimulate a whole host of disease. One that we do see with misfolded proteins is something called beta amyloid, which is a plaque that then can start being built on the brain, which is associated with Alzheimer's. This is just one, I mean, basic example of misfolded proteins, but there's a whole host of other diseases that manifest from this. So when we actually stimulate the heat shock protein, this will actually help repair these misfolded proteins and could actually then give us a whole host of benefits as well, like I said, by actually creating the right type of protein from them. Something else that we do see as well with utilizing doing sauna therapy is just the ability to fight off different pathogens in our body. One of my good friends, Dr. Jess Petros, she is, probably one of the most fundamental and most amazing doctors that I know in this field for actually going after different infectious agents such as mold, such as Lyme, different agents that get into our body and actually cause a whole host of disease afterwards. And she really does show quite a bit, as well as a lot of research out there, that if we're getting into a sauna, it could actually help kill off these pathogens and we could eliminate them from our bodies ultimately. From here, something else that we could look at in terms of just, overall health, there is a huge study that has been done that just shows that all types of morbidity, so any way of dying, it's actually decreased by 40% if we are utilizing sauna on a regular basis. So these are just a few of the benefits that come with sauna. There's a whole host of other benefits as well. But now we're going to talk about maybe some of the contraindications and things to look out for. So sauna therapy could boost the immune system. So for some people that have an overactive immune system or autoimmune conditions, they need to be careful and definitely speak with their doctor before adding this into their regimen, because it could actually increase the immune system and maybe cause even more problems with what is going on. Something else, you just want to make sure that your heart and your body could actually take on what is happening. We often have it very contraindicated for pregnant women. That's because, a lot of toxins are going to be released from your body, and those could actually be then given to the baby afterwards as a secondary exposure to them, something that we definitely do not want. The last piece would be also someone that has, a high toxic burden in their body. So yes, we're going to be wanting to get rid of these toxins, but we need to make sure we're doing it in the safest and most effective manner. So if you have a high toxic burden, you could actually potentially release too many toxins too fast and have contraindications to do so. So this is why it's also beneficial to speak with your physician or primary care practitioner before starting any type of sauna therapy as well. But however, just anyone looking at adding into this treatment, even if you have a morbidity or not, definitely talk with your physician just to make sure that this is safe as well. So from here, we're going to look into the different types of saunas. Many of us probably know about the traditional dry sauna, and there's infrared sauna, and there's also wet sauna. So what really are the difference? So traditional sauna is really just heating up the room. So the air around you is going to get really hot. If you've ever been in there, you could feel right away as soon as you enter the room, it's going to be hot. You really feel it hit your skin's going to start heating up and can be uncomfortable at times. However, this does do a lot of good work. Your body's going to slowly heat up and go through all of the processes that I spoke about earlier that are health beneficial. But I really like infrared sauna a little bit better. Infrared that we see is actually a deeper penetration. This is a light that's on the spectrum that we cannot see with our visible eyes, and it has the ability to penetrate our bodies and go deep into our cells. It activates the mitochondria, activates detoxification pathways afterwards through the mitochondria and other organelle systems working together. And this is really where we see, a lot of benefit is with IR. Also IR, you're going to be able to get a lot deeper heat sensation a lot quicker, so it's not going to take as long to get to the process or point where you are sweating like what would happen in dry sauna. That's why I typically like it a little better. Then we have the wet sauna, which is a lot of steam in the air, the steam saunas. These are really good as well, but also just really takes a little bit longer to heat up the body the way IR would be. If you see the sauna I'm in now, there's a lot of different lights going on. You can actually change these lights. This is just another benefit as well that's in this type of sauna that I'm in today. And that is just the light therapy or the chromotherapy. Different light wavelengths also could be very beneficial to the body. Like for me, myself right now, I have a blue light or purplish light on back here, which is going to stimulate just kind of relaxation, as well as have my muscles and body just go into a deeper relaxative state. You see the red, which is, extremely healing. That's going to stimulate cells to heal, turn over. There's a lot of benefit on thyroid hormone production. There's a whole host of also therapy as well, due to these lights actually attaching onto different cytochromes that are inside the cells that then stimulate pathways as well. So this is just this kind of secondary benefit. Most saunas don't have this, but the one I'm in today is great. So I'm just going to talk a little bit more about this sauna as well, because this is an amazing one and things to look out for. Even if you are in an IR sauna or infrared sauna, there's things to look out for, because a lot of them out there that are cheaply made give out a lot of EMFs. EMFs, as we know, could cause DNA damage and a whole host of diseases as well. So if you're going inside something to have therapy, you definitely don't want to be exposed to something that's going to be bad for you, and EMFs is one of them. The sauna I'm in right now has ultra low EMFs, almost non-existent, so I'm not worrying about that in the sauna I am today. Something else I look for as well is just the materials that it's made out of. This one is certified to have no off-gassing or no materials that will give off products. Like anything, as we heat it up, it could actually give off byproducts. So these we can then absorb through our skin. These we can also start accumulating. So this is something we want to make sure that does not happen, and making sure you have a sauna that has just non-toxic agents. So now that we spoke about exactly what sauna therapy could be used for, the different benefits that you're going to get from it, as well as the different types of saunas, just want to talk a little bit about the aftercare, what to do afterwards. So one of the first things you want to make sure you do is try to shower almost immediately. Your body just released a lot of different toxic substances that are now on your skin. You want to make sure you wash those off, because if you don't and take your time, you're actually going to probably be absorbing a lot of those back into yourself. And what was the point of sauna therapy at that time? If you were wearing clothes in the sauna, before even washing them, you might want to leave them out in the sun outside. The UV light will actually help kill any of the bacteria, mold, different agents or pathogens that might have been exposed because of the sweating into your skin. And instead of just throwing that right away into your wash that can then mix with other clothes and sheets, whatever, you just don't want to have that contamination happening. Something else, you do want to make sure you drink a lot of water. You're going to be sweating a lot, so you want to make sure that you replenish or rehydrate. Also adding back minerals or electrolytes, because as you sweat, yes, you're also going to be releasing and losing a lot of these valuable electrolytes, so make sure you replenish in this way. I traditionally like to do it with either trace minerals or sea salt and lemon water. This is how I get it back myself, but ask your doctor what might be best for you as well. From here, the last thing I like to do is follow Dr. Jess, who I spoke about earlier, her protocol of kill, bind, sweat. So we just killed and released a lot of toxins into the body. So now we want to make sure that we're going to be binding them properly. What this means is the different toxins and pathogens that we just exposed are now free floating, also not just on our skin, but around our blood system as well. And we want to make sure we catch on to those and actually have the ability to pull them out and through either urination or feces excretion. And this is typically done with what is called a binder. Ones that I like to use myself are either bentonite clay, activated charcoal, or spirulina. If you're going to be taking supplements of these, it will actually attach onto a lot of these different toxins and give your body the ability to pull them out. So this was overall just my talk about sauna therapy, some of the benefits. I mean, there's tons and tons more, so if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And if you are interested in this, definitely go talk to your doctor to make sure that it is safe and something that will be effective, because if it is right for you, this is an amazing treatment that is honestly relaxing and something that can be added into your overall health regimen on a daily or even weekly basis. Thank you.